Welcome to Just Listen. One of the most iconic albums of the 70s jazz fusion is Chick Corea's Light as a Feather. The album starts softly. Well, it's not called Light as a Feather for no reason. Chick Corea's electric piano slowly leads us into his world, the amazing new musical adventure he called Return to Forever, a new group he put together at the time in 1971. He's joined soon by Flora Purim, whose voice is like dripping honey at the opening track, You're Everything. The tune gains momentum later on, and flute played by Joe Farrell completes the sound Chick Corea envisioned.
And as time goes by, floating like a bird in my even songbirds seem all to sing. You're everything.
Title track Light as a Feather is a showcase of Chick Corea's virtuosity on Fender Rhodes electric piano. Fast, busting with ideas, full sound of new direction in jazz fusion that Chick Corea was creating with his excellent band. Joe Farrell's solo on tenor saxophone is balanced at all times with great percussion work by Airto Moreira and frantic Chick Corea piano play. Light as a Feather is probably the best example of composition that justifies all the glory and fame Chick Corea received for his Return to Forever albums, often hailed as one of the best jazz albums ever. There is a plenty to listen to in this track, as it is over 10 minutes long. It was composed by Flora Purim and Stanley Clarke. The lyrics were written by Flora Purim. Here is a short segment of Chick Corea's brilliant playing on this track. I'm sorry it can be longer, but you know, YouTube copyright doesn't allow it. The composition 500 starts slowly, with very ethereal sounds of Chick Corea electric piano and heavenly voice by Flora Purim. Soon, whole band joins in, and Joe Farrell's tenor saxophone solo dominates in the first half of this 9-minute-long composition by Chick Corea. Right after Farrell solo ends, Chick Corea starts fantastic electric piano solo. This part alone justifies buying this album. 500 has a typical Brazilian approach to melody and rhythm. It is furious at the moments, yet ethereal and atmospheric the very next moment. Flora Purim performed 500 many times later and even recorded an album titled 500.
You see, just one look and you know she's so tender and warm. You recognize this is love.
Chick Corea died in February 2021 at the age of 79. Considered one of the most influential pianists in post-1960s, Chick Corea won 25 Grammy Awards and had over 60 nominations. Spain is probably most often performed composition by Chick Corea, a beautiful jazz standard that is here performed for the first time on record, and still it's a gold standard. The whole band is absolutely marvelous. Corea's never-ending stream of piano virtuosity, Purin's wordless vocals, Moreira's wide range of percussion including typical Spanish castañet, honey-like sounds of Joe Farrell flute, and foundation provided by Stanley Clarke bassline. As a jazz fusion classic, even today, Light as a Feather sounds intriguing for its blend of Brazilian flair and Chick Corea's innovation. From those days of jazz fusion, Chick Corea evolved as a pianist, but even more as a composer. Still, he recorded several fusion albums even quite late in his career, such as To the Stars in 2004 and Ultimate Adventure in 2006. This one is especially intriguing album. As he grew as a composer, his workflow changed through the years. Here's what he said in 2018 interview about his creation process.
I'm floating more toward what I always considered to be a basis to all of my music, which is, well, at first it was improvising, just being an improviser, but then it began to be, as I began to learn how to listen even to myself, you know, when I improvise, if I switch on this awareness that tells me, well, look at what you're playing, then I can capture a bit of my improvisation and retain it. And that's where the composer comes in. So then I start to write things down. I make compositions, and then if I start to consider what kind of an orchestration I want. Is this a trio gig, or is this a duet? Is this a 5-piece band? What is this? Is this an orchestra? And then the composer. So what I'm saying is the composer's thinking and action is more and more what I love to do. And so I'm writing more.
With over 100 albums in his name, Chick Corea is and will be a major jazz pianist and composer in music world forever. And it gives us so many wonderful compositions and performances yet to discover. I'll listen to many of his albums throughout the decades, but there is so much yet to be heard since he has such a vast opus. Hope you enjoyed this short video about this amazing album. Link to SONGWHIP in the description lets you choose your preferred streaming service for this Return to Forever album. Thank you for watching.